Good evening. Today we will probably talk about grips. Yeah, we will name the grips on the racket and maybe change the over grip. When you buy a new racket, you should automatically change the grip by covering it. Don't take it down. Wrap it over because you might want to sell it. So if you want to sell the racket, it's gonna be like new. Hi, this is Vilmos from Top Tennis Tips. Today we will talk about the handle and the grip of the tennis racket. So we will have to explain a little bit of the continental grip, eastern grip, semi-western for the right-handed player. So in the beginning, when people played tennis, they used the continental grip, which will place the interior of this bone on the second bevel right here. Yes, this one here alongside here. Yes, and they call it continental because it's the European tennis coming from England, maybe France. Think about Wimbledon, think about Roland Garros. So they were playing with a vertical racket, just like we use it today at the net to block a volley or for the backhand. Later, we took the sport of tennis across the Atlantic. So from the old continent, which is Europe, the sport of tennis came over to the East Coast, New York, Boston, and that's why we call it Eastern. So the eastern side of the United States. And we have the bone that we're talking about, this bone from the first finger is going to be resting on the bigger bevel, this flat area right here. Okay, so that's where the ball goes. And we will end up with a more tilt situation here where we could hit better. We could cover the ball, more topspin. And ultimately the tennis sport went across the continent to the West Coast. Let's say Los Angeles, somewhere in California, think on the West Coast. So if you have the bone going around to the other side, this will be called Western. If we put a bone on the side, we have a Western grip. This is super flat, and we're gonna hit only with this face. We hit forehand and we hit backhand with the same side of the racket. Yeah, this is a Western. Not too many people play Western, but it is another style. Most people are gonna end up with semi-Western, which means you're going back one notch. So you're gonna have it on the small slant here on this bevel, just like the continental, eastern, semi-western, western. Yeah, we don't really use the first notch, the flat one. This is called number 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now let's take a look at the wear and tear. So what we have here, these are new grips. They are nice and shiny, and they have a good edge. I have used some of these a few times, but not a lot. This one I use probably every day this week. So what we're looking at this one here, it has no more edge here, so this is gone. It's because of the finger. Yeah, so once this thing frays off like this, it's no longer helping me to play with any accuracy. So that has to be changed. So both of the wear and tears happen around the thumb. That's moving it a lot. Yeah. So we're gonna take this off and wrap it again. I use the Yonex over grips. This is a package of 30. Yeah. It shows how to do it. And I used to have white before, but they ran out of white, not available. So I got these red ones. Very happy color. So we have a big roll here. I think I used already 15. So we have another 15 to go. So this will be the one we have here. So we're looking at the ends. The end's supposed to be here somewhere. It always comes with a little white sticker. This one comes off, and it is very sticky underneath. So we're gonna take it off and find the next one. We don't want to take more than one at a time. So there you go. There has a protective scotch tape on it, which we will peel off. And don't worry about which side is the outside, which is the inside, because the sticky little end will tell you which side is the down, the one that goes down, or which one is the one that goes up. So the sticky one has a big notch here, and this is as we start to wrap around. Okay? So we have it ready. This is gonna be the new fabric, and we're gonna take this one off. I have to open the tape. So we take the old one off. I have the white one under, and I usually keep a few layers from before. So we probably have another 2 layers here, but we like to have it to become softer than the regular handle, more comfortable. So this is rubbish. So we're gonna start wrapping. Yeah. So this is what happens. Take a look. The other one usually rips. So every time we put a new one, these little ends rip. So we're gonna be careful not to rip out of the original racket. So here we go. That's the sticky one. We're gonna start maybe right here again, and we go around. Put some pressure on it so it's tight. And once you got this notch here, you're good to go, and start following the old one. Overlap about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, notice this one here, I have an extra piece. I haven't removed maybe the 3rd layer. I just stopped about here because I want to have it tapered. I like the handle to be wider where the hand goes and a bit less wide up towards the blade. So we have to cut this down just to have it tapered again till it finishes. And when we go around, we try to finish leveled. I don't have enough to finish. This is a wrong racket, so I don't have enough. And we use regular tape. This is a Home Depot high temperature tape. I used to have white, but I figured I'm gonna go for red. We do have something that comes from the company that looks like this. Yeah, but these are not reliable. They are too small. We want something solid. So this is a 3/4 of an inch tape from Home Depot. Yeah, I had white in the past, but since I changed to red handles, I figured let me use red tape as well. Be more colorful. So you can go as far as you want, maybe once or twice. And that's probably enough right here. Cut. One thing about cutting the tape, we want to cut the tape in a house shape, like an arrow. One time here and one time the other way. So we have it pointing as a triangle, so it doesn't bother your hand. If it's a square cut, those corners will be frustrating. It touches the hand. Yeah? So these are nice and smooth. And that's it. Now this is a nice one. Let's look at the edges. They are perfect. Yeah, it's a very nice and snug feel. You have a nice serve with the open arm. You don't have to have it very firm. So change it every week if you play every week. All right. Thank you for watching.